Hello everybody and welcome to Hired Ops. This is a first-person shooter from Absolut Soft, a Russian developer. We'll talk a little more about them in a little bit, but first we'll go through each of these tabs here at the top and show you just what's going on with each of them. Operations, fairly simple, it's a battle pass basically, but it's not really a battle pass in the sense you don't actually have to pay for it. You do unlock these levels even if you're just playing free to play, which is quite nice. At the end, obviously, you get a special gun. I don't know if this gun's good, I've not got it. Contracts, shows your current contract and account stats, shows your stats, is fairly simple stuff. Operators, this shows each class. You have 4 classes. You can kind of guess what they're about. This assault rifles, destroyers, heavy machine guns, snipers, obvious, and recon is submachine guns. If I click on the assault class, I can kind of show you what's going on with the customization aspect of the game. You can adjust 4 kind of different parts of your weapon. One of them's the camo, so that's not actually going to do anything. But, you know, if you want to make your weapon look nice, that's up to you. You can pay for some camos. I got these ones for free actually through crates, which you get through completing contracts. I don't really think that any of the camos are nice enough to pay for, but if people want to, that's up to them. Likewise, you unlock attachments through either leveling up your weapon level, or opening them in crates. I've got all of these 4 that you kind of see, the blue ones and the yellow one there. I got them through crates. I'm using this one just now because I like it. And yeah, it's nice to be able to actually get these attachments without having to, you know, grind up the levels for each game. So it's nice that they come through the crates as well. Okay, I mean, this is all basically, if you've played any FPS, you know about a lot of this anyway. The interesting thing here is the skills, which you can spend XP to unlock new skills. So this one improves your movement speed, and it really lets you tailor the kind of classes to your playstyle, which is nice. And obviously Sniper has different skills. It has ones for kind of aiming speed and recoil. So it's kind of a nice aspect to put in, where you can, as I said, tailor the classes to your playstyle. Going to contracts now. You get contracts as you play. I've got one active here, so this is a recon contract. I kill 10 enemy soldiers using a weapon with a silencer, and I will get this crate, which can have modifications. It can have paints, or it can have kind of XP boosters in it. This is a nice way to kind of give you a goal that's not just mowing down the enemy. So you can see I've got all of these contracts available to me. Unfortunately, you can only activate 1. If you pay, you can actually activate 2. But to be honest, I'm fine with only being able to have 1. I don't think it's too much of a hindrance. Rating shows you where you are in the world. I'm quite low, as you can see, but that's not going to keep me up at night. Servers, these are kind of the it's a server browser. If you've played any PC FPS, you know what this is. Very simple. Inventory, this shows you all your scopes and camos and boosters that you have currently available to you. I will say some of the scopes that I have aren't showing up here because when you use them on a weapon, it actually binds them to that weapon, so they can't then be used on a different weapon. Which again, I'm fine with. I think that's kind of very reasonable. Store. This is the bit that when you play a free to play game kind of scares you a bit when you first look at it. This one's, I'm going to say, is pretty okay. I mean, camouflages, that's absolutely fine. They're completely cosmetic and have no impact whatsoever on gameplay. So for me, that's absolutely fine. Weapon sets, I mean, yeah, paying for weapons I'm not really okay for, but that, I mean, that's a camo crate, that's just mods, and then these are all just camos. So again, it's kind of mostly cosmetic stuff with a couple of mods thrown in there. I can't really imagine that these mods are much better than what you get just playing for free though. Boosters, XP boosters and credit boosters. I'm not really sure what to think of these. I guess it's fine, and it's really cheap. I've got these these war badges was just a premium currency. I've got these 200 just from playing, so I could buy a booster through just playing free to play. And a premium account is only £4, so if you're really into this game, I mean £4 isn't a lot to put down, you know, if you're going to be playing a lot of hours. And then currency, these can be used to boost your level on the battle pass basically. And clans, obvious. You can join clans. So the game has 7 modes here. You've got Deathmatch, which is what I've been playing a lot of because I find it's the most populated mode. Got Team Elimination, which is I think Team Deathmatch. I've not actually been able to play this because I've never been able to find a populated server. Same with Target Designation and same with Team Skirmish. These 3 modes I've never been able to find a server for. Gun Game is obvious. It's one of my favourite modes in FPS games actually, because it just gives you a lot of variety with the guns you get. And then Tactical Conquest is basically what domination would be in Call of Duty. There's 3 points in the map and you have to hold them. The more you hold, the more points your team gets, and the team that gets to 900 points first wins. The game does let you, if you enable this, this will put you into matchmaking for every single mode and every single map. This increases your credits and experience. I think this is so that they can get more populated servers, but I'm not sure. I'm going to turn this off because I'm probably just going to show you, at least at first. Okay, I guess I'm not going to turn it off because it's not letting me, but okay, that's okay. We're just going to hop into a game then, and I'll get my extra credits and experience, which is always good. I'm not going to show you the options menu because it's basically got everything you want. There's not really much to say. Okay, so let's hop into a game. I would usually just cut to when I'm in the game, but I'll let this play out because I want to show you how long it takes to get a match. Bearing in mind I'm playing at 2 in the morning in the EU, so I might not get an EU match, but we will see. So here we go, straight into match. That was about 15 seconds, so that's fine. Tactical Conquest. I'm a bit worried because I've never played this map before, but that's okay. I'm sure we'll adapt. Loading times are pretty quick. I'm playing off a hard drive as well. I'm not playing off an SSD, so. Okay, so let's choose our class. I think we're going to stick with Assault for now, because my assault rifle actually has a silencer on it, and that was one of my contracts. We look here, we can see our contract. Kill opponents with silencer. So let's spawn. We'll talk a bit more about that buy menu in a minute when I can actually afford stuff. Okay, so this is basic. Yeah, if you've played Call of Duty, you know what this is. And there's been a lot of comparisons drawn between this game and Call of Duty. A lot of people saying that it's a mixture between Escape from Tarkov and Call of Duty. Now, if you notice up at the top, it says U Second Bear, and yes, this game actually is in the Escape from Tarkov universe. If you just bear with me while I... Okay. Yeah, this game is actually in the Escape from Tarkov universe. So, the developers of this game, Absolut Soft and Battlestate Games, as far as I can tell, they're very closely affiliated companies. And yeah, a lot of people are kind of saying that this game was made to cash in on Escape from Tarkov, but I think, if I'm right, this game was actually in development before Escape from Tarkov's big kind of explosion in popularity. And this game, funnily enough, actually started as a browser game, which, I mean, based on the graphics might not surprise you, but is just a little bit of interesting information. The browser game it's based on is called Contract Wars, and it's still playable actually. So I'm trying to concentrate here. That man just disappeared. There is apparently an issue with hackers in this game. I've not actually come across any. I've played for about 4 hours. So this video is very much first impressions, but I've played for about 4 hours. I don't think at least I've come across a hacker, but it's a bit difficult to tell because there's no spectate mode. Well, there's a spectate mode, but you can't spectate individual players, and there's no kill cam either, which kind of surprised me. That was not good, but yeah, so there's no kill cam or player spectate, which makes it a bit difficult to tell if there are hackers. See, I got a kill there. I've noticed this a few times actually, where you get a kill, but the other player kills you at the same time, which is something that I've not come across really in other FPS games. I find that quite interesting, and I'm not sure why it happens so much in this game. But oh, my aim is off today, isn't it? Maybe it's like this all the time, I don't know. Okay, next time I die we'll talk about the buy menu. But for now I'm going to talk about the gunplay. I really like the gunplay in this game actually. It's very responsive and it's very meaty when you actually make contact with somebody, which I'm kind of failing to do right now. But yeah, the game feels good in terms of the guns. The sounds could be a bit better. Some of them are a bit tinny. But overall, the gunplay feels really good, which is something obviously that's very important for a game like this, and something that I think sets it apart from a lot of other free-to-play kind of shooters similar to this. A lot of those games, the gunplay is very unsatisfying. I mean, obviously you can kind of change fire modes and everything. There are dual scope attachments. You can kind of change between the scope. I've not got any of them, so I can't show you that, but they do exist, and if you want to see footage of them, then I'm sure there's lots of other channels that have a lot more high level gameplay than mine. Oh, actually, I'm just going to quickly show recoil. There's a fair amount of recoil in the game, so you do have to adjust for that when you are firing, which is a nice, just nice to have to take that into mind as I get a nice easy kill there. So we're got one thing I've noticed about this game actually. There's a lot more people playing the objectives in this game than I think you would find in something like Call of Duty. I'm not sure why, but yeah, definitely more people playing the objectives than I thought there would be, which is always nice to see. Okay, I'll quickly talk about the kind of comparisons to Escape from Tarkov. As far as I can see, the only real similarity between this game and Escape from Tarkov is the universe it's set in. A lot of people I saw in the Steam reviews saying that this game is like a mixture between Call of Duty and Escape from Tarkov, and to be honest, it's a lot more Call of Duty than Escape from Tarkov, which is absolutely fine. Seen a lot of people kind of drawing comparisons to CSGO. The only similarity it has to CSGO is the kind of buy menu, and even then it's not really very close at all. And I know I said that I would show you the buy menu. I promise I will in the next time I die. There we go. That's it. There was another one. There he is. Ah, didn't quite get him. Okay, so let's talk about the buy menu. This is, you buy grenades. You can buy special things like the explosive UAV. I'm actually going to buy that because that could be quite useful, and we'll buy a health pack as well. You can buy armor, helmets, mortar strikes, you know, stuff like that. They change based on your class, so different classes will get different buy menus, which is a nice bit of variety. I think actually let's swap over to the recon class. Show you a bit of the SMG gameplay. I'm not going to show the sniper class because I'm even worse with it somehow. But I'll show you a bit of the SMG. This is the UMP 45, I think. I quite like this gun. Try again. I said I've never played this map, and that's going to be my excuse for my performance so far. I am somehow top of my team though, so maybe I'm not doing as badly as I thought. I've got some kills. As we encounter an FPS spike, I've been getting kind of FPS spikes. I don't know if it's my hardware or if it's the game. I'm recording just now as well, so they might be a bit worse than usual. Mostly it runs perfectly, but occasionally I will get a little spike. I'm not going to say don't buy the game because of that though, because it is free to play obviously, and you know, every person can try that for themselves. And I've not seen anybody else complain about that, so I'm going to assume it's kind of an issue specific to my hardware. Okay, let's play... I'll try and play Objective 3. It's the closest one to me. You can, if my team could kind of capture some more objectives, I could show you that you can actually spawn on the points. So you can spawn on the objectives, which is always nice. It just lets you get into the action a little bit quicker. As I die yet again. I didn't even get to use my drone. That's annoying, I forgot to use my drone. Obviously all the things you buy disappear when you die, so you have to be careful to actually use them while you're alive. Ah! See, another time that we killed each other, which is... It's such a strange thing. I've never seen a game where it happens as frequently as this. I don't know if it's the way the bullets are modelled or whatever, but it's unusual to say the least. I'm not sure I like this map very much. Most of the maps I've found have been really good. I'm not sure I'm that keen on this one. I'm sure once I learned it I would, but right now I'm kind of struggling a bit with the kind of angles and knowing where I should be keeping my crosshair and stuff. Another FPS spike here. That's fine. They're over in a couple of seconds, and it's just such a strange kind of problem that I'm having. Let's help this guy to capture this point. I like that it's... oh no. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, I heard that before it landed. Just nice. Another really strange thing that I'm just gonna kind of talk about. I really love the reload animations in this game, which is a strange thing to kind of focus on, but it's just those kind of little things that make everything a little bit more satisfying, which is always... It's good to have those little details kind of sorted out, and it's nice. It's nice little attention to detail that's really improves the experience. I can just tell that I'm about to get shot by someone here. A bit scared of this kind of sightline through this window, but I feel like this is the best position. In fact, actually, this is probably the best position to be in. Keep our eyes straight forward. Right, got the point. That's what I want.
Threat eliminated.
I mean, the graphics might be bad, but the attention to detail on the maps is nice. Lots of plants, lots of kind of crates and boxes and stuff hanging around, which is always nice. Adds into the immersion. I was really pleasantly surprised by this game actually. I was expecting it to just be another really crappy free-to-play shooter, and instead I got something that's actually quite fun. And I mean, I know that there's obviously problems with the game. I think one of the biggest problems is something that I've not encountered yet, but I think it's once you get to above level 50 you start getting pretty much empty lobbies, because the lobbies are based on level and nobody is playing above level 50. But there are other videos that explain that a bit more in depth. I'm giving very much a first impressions to the video based on completely new player. Ah, that was the, see that's the, I just hit my microphone. That's the drone there. Which I'm a bit infuriated that I got killed by that, but that's fine. Trying to get this guy. I think he's run away. I really want to get into some firefights. The time to kill is really quick. So a lot of the time if you get somebody from behind, they're dead. They've not really got enough time to react and turn. Which makes it important to kind of always have your angles covered and make sure that there's nobody coming up behind you. Adds a little bit of awareness into the gameplay, which is nice. There we go. Now obviously the developers are Russian, which means that some of the translations are not 100% spot on. And some of them are not there at all. For example, if I try and leave the game, I've got this. I don't know what it says. I'm assuming it says if you leave now you're not going to get your credits and XP. But I mean I can forgive that in a game like this, to be honest. You know, if I was paying money for the game, then maybe not. But stuff like that in a free-to-play game, you probably expect it, and I'm not going to nitpick too much on that. Especially when the developers, it's obviously, that was a landmine. Yeah, English is definitely not the first language of the developers, so I mean I'm gonna completely forgive that. And it's not at all detrimental to experience. Everything important is translated, so. Let's go to point 2. Have I been to point 2 yet? Probably, but we'll go and have a look and see what's going on. There we go. Get back into it. I'm somehow still top of my team, which is really quite a bad sign. There's a guy here coming up the map. Yeah. Oh, see? Same thing. It's like... I'm not sure. Right, okay, let's switch back to the assault class. My rifle. I like this rifle. The reason I switched to this rifle is I was playing against somebody who was killing me a lot with it, so I thought, okay, let's try that. Here's a boy. We'll get him. Ah! It's the MP5 he's using, which is the MP5 is one of the default guns, and it kind of is showing you that you don't need to actually, you know, the entry level guns are good enough to kind of be competitive, at least at this level, which is always good. It's always, there we go. Yeah, it's always nice that the kind of entry level guns are competitive, and I think they've done a really good job with the business model. It's definitely not pay to win, which any free-to-play game kind of in this, well, any free-to-play game in general kind of runs the risk of being pay to win, but this game definitely isn't. And I think, oh, what's that in my inventory? Okay, so we got a crate. I don't know why we got that crate. It's not because of this contract, because we didn't complete that, but yeah, we got a crate, so we'll open that and you can kind of see what happens when you open a crate, and then I'll end the video after this. Okay, so we got a nice suppressor here, and I'm I'm hoping that I can use this on the UMP45 because I kind of need a suppressor. No, we can't. But that's okay. So the attachments are kind of weapon specific. So I'm sure if this one. Okay, so this one's for rifles and carbines. So, and it shows you exactly what weapons you can use it on. I should have read that before I got excited, but that's fine. I don't think there's much more to say about this game. I think I've said everything I want to say. Actually, I'll just point this out very quickly. This premium for 1 day, I got this from a crate. Again, it's giving you stuff that you would usually have to pay for out of a crate that I got playing completely free to play, which is just, it's nice. It lets you, it doesn't alienate kind of free to play users, and it kind of even more incentivizes people to pay. Because I mean, if I use this premium for 1 day and I find that I like it, I'm probably then more likely to pay for premium permanently. Or at least that's my way of thinking about it. Anyway, I will leave the game here. I'm going to play a bit more of this. If there's anything else that I've not really covered that I think really needs to be covered, I'll make another video. But for now, I'll leave it there. I thank you very much for watching my first ever video, and hopefully you might stick around and see me do similar kind of content in the future. For now, I'll say goodbye though.